You don't need a side hustle. You need a strategy. And those two things are not the same. Because right now, someone is telling you,
just start selling something. Just post more on Instagram. Just hustle harder.
And I need to tell you the truth. That advice is keeping you broke and burned out. Hi, I'm Dr. Rachel Charles, and I've walked with God for over 30 years. I help Christian women who are full of ideas find clarity and start what God is actually calling them to do, without overthinking. And today I want to talk about money. Specifically, what I would do if I was starting from zero, absolute zero in 2026. Because if you just lost your job, or if you're exhausted and your bank account just doesn't reflect how hard you've been working, if you have 100 different ideas but you don't know which one is real, this video is going to give you a framework that actually works. So stay with me until the end, because the third piece is the most important one. It's the reason they struggle to turn their ideas into a real business. Now, here's what the world has been selling to women for the last decade. Just hustle harder and eventually it'll pay off. Sell candles, flip items, take on freelance jobs, post content at midnight, deliver packages on the weekend, etc. And look, for some people that works, but for most women it just becomes a second job. There's no sick pay, there's no real freedom doing all of that, because here's what nobody tells you. If you stop, the money stops. You're still the engine. It is you. You are the product. The whole thing runs on you. And that is not wealth. That is a different kind of trap that is dressed up in ambition. Now, add everything women are already carrying: caregiving, taking care of children, the mental load, pensions that are unequal, pay gaps that close slower than they should. So the answer to all of that is work more? No. God did not design you for just working more. He designed you for fruitfulness. And those are completely different things. Fruitfulness means what you build keeps producing even when you rest. I want to introduce you to something that I call a wealth engine. It's not a side hustle, it is an engine. A side hustle needs you every single time. You have to be present. An engine, however, keeps moving even when you step back. And it has 3 levels. Level 1, skill income. This gets you started fast. Level 2 is scalable income. This gets you free. And level 3 is invested income. And this one builds your future. So think of it as a staircase. You don't jump to the top. You climb. And wherever you're starting from right now, even if it's the very bottom, there is a step for you. So let's go through each one. I want to speak directly to someone right now. Maybe you lost your job, or maybe everything feels uncertain right now. You have the time, you have the energy, but you have no money. And that combination feels terrifying. I know, I understand. I want you to hear this. That is not a crisis that you're going through. It is a window of opportunity. And most people waste that window scrolling for ideas, looking at what's trending, trying to copy what someone else built. Don't do that. Instead, you need to go back to what you already know. What did people come to you for at your last job? What do you explain to people constantly for free? What feels easy to you that feels hard to everyone else? That is your skill. And that skill is worth money right now. You don't need a website. You don't need a logo. You don't need to go viral, any of that. You need one clear answer to this question. What problem can I solve? For who? And what will I charge? And I know the next question coming. Okay, Dr. Rach, but how do I actually create a paid offer? Like, what does that even look like? So here it is. Simple as I can make it. One problem, one person, one price, and one outcome. That is all you need. Not, I help people with social media. No, you want to say this. I write 4 Instagram captions every week for small business owners who don't have time to post consistently. $150 a month. That is an offer. So when I say an offer, that's what I mean. You directly offer your services to people. at a price. So when you are specific like that, this person knows what they need, they know what they're paying, they know what they're gonna get. The difference between a hobby and income is not talent, it's your packaging. You already have the skill, God already put it in you. You just need to wrap it in a way that makes someone say, yes, I need exactly that. Okay, so you're making skill income. Clients are coming, money is moving. Now what? Here's the ceiling you'll eventually hit. You can only be in one place at one time. So if you keep doing one-to-one work forever, yes, you'll make money, but you are not going to build freedom because the income is still tied to your presence, to your person. At some point, what you know has to become something that works without you. That is what is called scalable income. It could be a digital guide, a course, a paid newsletter, a workshop that you run once and you sell the replay of it. It could be a bundle of templates or tools. So the question to ask yourself is this: what do I keep explaining to people for free that I could package and charge them for? That answer is your scalable product. And I want to push back on something here because I know some of you are thinking, but I don't have a big enough audience. You don't need a big audience. You need a clear message and a real solution. That's it. 20 people who deeply need what you have will change your life faster than 10,000 followers who are just watching. Build for the 20 people first. Now, before we get to the third level, which is honestly the most important one, I want for you to hit like, share this video with a woman you know who's sitting on her calling, and please subscribe so you don't miss a single step to building your business God's way. Okay, now let's talk about that piece that most people skip. And this is where I have to be honest with you. You can make extra money for years and still have nothing to show for it. I've seen it. I've lived it. Here's what happens. Say you make $300 from a new client. You breathe. You spend it because you need it to. Then you make $500 from a digital product. Now that $500 covers, what you spent last month. And so the money comes in, but the money disappears. You feel exactly the same. You're in the same place. That is not a wealth strategy. That is a pressure release valve. It's not a wealth strategy. And it will keep you in the same cycle forever, unless you make one decision. Every dollar of extra income gets assigned before it arrives. So a portion for today's needs, yes, of course. A portion for your emergency cushion, that is non-negotiable. Then you need a portion that goes to work for your future, always. Whether that's clearing expensive debt or building a 6-month emergency fund, adding to your pension, or even investing consistently in something boring and steady. That's good. Your money needs a job. Because here's the truth the internet will not tell you. You can earn more and still not own anything. It's not what comes in. It's what stays in and what grows. And God is not just interested in your income. He's interested in your stewardship. This is the level that turns earners into builders. So don't skip that level. Let me bring this together for you. A wealth engine has 3 levels and they work in order. They have to work in order. So first we said skill income. You find the one thing you already know that someone will pay for. You package it simply and then you charge properly for it. Get your first client or your customer in the next 30 days. Then there's scalable income. You take what's working and build it into something that sells more than once repeatedly. So stop being the only product you sell. Income is the third one, where you assign every extra dollar with intention. You clear off debt, you build that cushion, you let your money grow. And that's it. That's the whole model. It's not trendy, I know. It's not glamorous. It's not a viral moment. It is a staircase, and it is built on what God already put in you. That compounds over time, so remember that. And here's what I want to leave you with. Building wealth is not selfish. It is not unspiritual or unholy. It is stewardship, and God cares deeply about what you do with what He's given you. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're not disqualified by your past income or your job loss, your career break, or your confusion. You are a woman with gifts, with purpose, and with a God who provides. Now it's time to build. If you're ready to stop spinning and start building, please subscribe to this channel. I'm here every week with practical, faith-rooted guidance for women who are serious about this. And don't forget to get on my email list. The link is in the description below. And that's where I share the things that don't make it into the videos, the clarity, the next steps, the tools you can actually use right away. Now that you have the framework, watch this next to learn the next step to turn your ideas into cash.